Wike-backed PDP reportedly picks vice presidential candidate as Turaki camp insists on Jonathan. The People's Democratic Party, popularly known as the PDP, is facing another major internal crisis ahead of the 2027 presidential election. Fresh report says a faction of the party linked to the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has reportedly picked a vice presidential candidate for its presidential flag bearer. But another faction of the party, led by Tanimu Turaki, is insisting that former President Goodluck Jonathan remains its preferred presidential candidate. This latest development has raised serious questions about the future of the PDP and whether the party will be able to present one united presidential candidate in 2027. Welcome to StarJ's Media. Please subscribe to this channel, like this video and share your opinion in the comment section. Do you think the PDP can settle this crisis before the 2027 election? Stay with us as we break down the full story. According to reports, the PDP faction believed to be supported by Nyesom Wike has selected Babangida Umaru as the running mate to its presidential candidate, Onor. Babangida Umaru is reportedly the PDP national vice chairman for the Northeast region. Sources within the party claim that the names of Onor and Babangida Umaru had been submitted through the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). If this report is confirmed, it means that the Wike-backed faction may already be moving ahead with its own presidential ticket for the 2027 election. However, the party's national publicity secretary, Mohammed Jongodo, did not clearly confirm the name of the vice presidential candidate. He only said that the party has submitted the names of its presidential and vice presidential candidates. This has created more confusion because many Nigerians are now asking who exactly are the official candidates of the PDP. The PDP has been divided for some time, with different leaders and groups struggling for control of the party. One group is believed to be close to Nyesom Wike, the former governor of Rivers State and the current FCT minister. The other group is led by Tanimu Turaki, a senior lawyer and former minister. Both groups appear to believe they have the right to speak for the PDP. The Wike-backed group is reportedly working with Onor and its presidential candidate. Onor is a former senator and a politician from Cross River State. Reports say his faction has been holding meetings and making preparations ahead of the 2027 election. The reported choice of Babangida Umaru as his running mate may be part of an effort to create a balanced ticket between the South and the North. In Nigeria politics, presidential candidates often choose running mates from another region to attract wider support across the country. If Onor is from the South, choosing Babangida Umaru from the Northeast may be seen as an attempt to gain support from the northern voters. But the Turaki-led faction is not accepting this arrangement. The faction says it still recognizes former President Goodluck Jonathan as its preferred presidential candidate. Goodluck Jonathan served as Nigeria's president from 2010 to 2015. He remains one of the most recognized political figures in the country. The Turaki faction believes Jonathan can help rebuild the PDP and give the party a stronger chance in the 2027 election. However, there are still questions about whether Jonathan will officially agree to contest the election. So far, Jonathan has not made a clear public announcement that he is running for the president in 2027. But the Turaki faction says he has not withdrawn from the race either. The faction's publicity secretary, INEC, said the group is not worried about the actions of the viral faction. He said the Turaki camp remains focused on its own plans and believes the issue will be resolved through the proper legal and political process. This means the People's Democratic Party may be heading for another court battle. The party may have to go to court to determine which faction is the legitimate leadership of the PDP. The court may also have it to decide which group has the legal right to submit candidates to INEC. This is very important because INEC will only recognize candidates submitted by the legally accepted leadership of the political party. If the PDP crisis is not resolved early, the party may face serious problems before the 2027 election. The party could lose valuable time that should be used for campaigns, mobilization, and building support across Nigeria. Instead of focusing on how to defeat the ruling party, the PDP may continue spending energy on internal disagreement. Many supporters of the PDP are worried that the crisis could weaken the party. They fear that if the party presents more than one candidate or continues fighting in court, it may become difficult to challenge other parties in 2027. The People's Democratic Party was once Nigeria's ruling party for 16 years. It covered Nigeria from 1999 until 2015. But since losing power at the federal level, the party has faced several internal problems, leadership, disputes, and defections. The party has also struggled to remain united during major elections. The current disagreement between the Wike-backed faction and the Turaki-led faction is another test for the party. Nyesom Wike remains one of the most influential political figures in the PDP, even though he currently serves in the APC-led federal government. His relationship with PDP leaders has caused major debates among party members. Some PDP members believe Wike should no longer have influence in the party because of his role in the APC government. Others believe he still has supporters and political structures within the PDP. This has made the PDP crisis more complicated. The question many Nigerians are asking is whether Wike is trying to strengthen the PDP or if his political influence is dividing the party further. Supporters of Wike may argue that he has the right to support candidates and protect his political interests. But critics may say the continued division is making it difficult for the PDP to prepare properly for the 2027 election. On the other hand, supporters of Goodluck Jonathan believe he could bring experience, national recognition, and unity to the PDP. They say Jonathan understands the challenges of leading Nigeria and may be able to attract support from different parts of the country. But others may question whether Jonathan is ready to return to active politics. They may also ask whether he can unite all PDP factions, including those loyal to Wike. At this stage, the PDP has not fully settled one candidate accepted by every faction. The party may still face more meetings, negotiations, and possible court cases. The decision of INEC will also be very important. INEC will have to follow the law and recognize only the candidates submitted by the leadership it considers legitimate. This is why the battle for control of the PDP is becoming more serious. It is no longer only about who becomes the presidential candidate. It is also about who controls the party structure, the party secretariat, the nomination process, and the official INEC portal. For Nigerians, this political drama may shape the 2027 election. A divided PDP could make it easier for rival political parties to gain more support. But if the party settles its crisis early and presents a united candidate, it could still become a strong force in the election. The coming months will show whether the PDP can resolve its internal problems. Will Onor and Babangida Umaru become the official presidential ticket of the PDP? Will Goodluck Jonathan eventually announce his interest in the 2027 presidential election? Will the Wike-backed faction and the Turaki-led faction settle their differences? And most importantly, which faction will INEC recognize as its legitimate leadership of the PDP? These are the questions Nigeria will be watching closely. The PDP must decide whether it wants to remain divided or come together as one strong opposition party. The 2027 election may be some time away, but political activities are already increasing across the country. Do you think Goodluck Jonathan should return to contest for president in 2027? Do you support the reported Onor and Babangida Umaru ticket? Or do you think the PDP should look for a completely new candidate? Drop your views in the comment section below. Please like this video, subscribe to Star J's Media, and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss our latest political news updates.